Where the hell have you been, Loca? Have you looked outside? It's a new moon. Howl. That's right. We're doing New Moon on this Twilight retrospective. Blue filter. The movie opens on a voiceover of Bella quoting Romeo and Juliet, which honestly I think is a big played out trope. I actually have a lot of feelings about what Romeo and Juliet is really about, and I don't think it's about love. I think William Shakespeare is making fun of teenagers.
Weren't they young adults when Shakespeare wrote it?
Regardless, I think he's making fun of them. I also have a dissertation, if anybody's interested, about the friar. I have a lot of opinions about the friar in Romeo and Juliet.
I haven't read it yet.
Okay, so it opens on her voicing over Romeo and Juliet, and in this movie, they're framing it as a tragic love story. And she's in a dream sequence. She's in a beautiful meadow, and she sees her grandma across the meadow, and they both wave at each other at the same time. I actually think this sequence is pretty cool. This whole movie, Bella's terrified of aging, which I totally relate to. No.
I've got no issues whatsoever. I'm not at all scared about my mortality and getting older. Not been a thing for me whatsoever.
Perfect. But as it turns out, Bella is her grandma. And suddenly she's an old lady standing next to Edward. And he's like, Robert Pattinson had a lot of chemistry with that old lady in that scene, I think.
Yeah, except they forgot to have the old lady hyperventilate the same way or stutter the same way that Kristen Stewart does.
That's true. That old lady is a much better actress than Kristen Stewart in the movie.
She could deliver a line.
She could. And then Bella wakes up and she's like, oh, I'm 18. I'm old.
With a copy of Romeo and Juliet on her pillow.
Oh, true.
Couldn't be any more nail on the head.
It's true. And then Charlie gives her a little birthday gift, and it's cute, and Charlie's being cute. It's been brought to my attention recently that book Charlie is different from movie Charlie.
I'm not going to go back and reread it to compare, but I don't remember book Charlie.
Apparently he sucks, but we stand movie Charlie.
That's all that matters.
I honestly am. All of my comments are based on the movies. I did not read the books, really, besides the first one. I don't remember it, so.
I don't remember. I've read them. I don't remember really much of them.
Perfect. Bella's freaking out about her age, and Edward's like, oh, Bella, you're so silly. I'm 109. Silly girl.
Silly girl.
You're only 18. I'm really old. And I probably shouldn't be dating you. Silly.
Not a problem. No, it's totally fine.
It's weird. They're in the school parking lot, and here comes Jacob. Out of the fucking woods again. This kid comes out of the woods like 50 times in these movies.
How much of his life is spent waiting for opportune moments to pop out of the woods?
It's true. He's just lurking around in the woods.
His grades must suck.
True. He gives Bella a little Dreamcatcher birthday gift, which I think is cute. And Alice and Jasper say happy birthday to her and invite her over to the Cullens for a birthday party for her. Alice in this movie, the whole time, looks like a 40-year-old wine mom.
She does. She really, really does. Horrible, I get the desire to make them all look trendy and fashionable for the 2010s, late 2000s, early 2010s, but at some point you got to try to make them look like teenagers.
Yeah. She looks like she's 2 glasses and 1 Xanax and it's only noon. The class is watching Romeo and Juliet, the movie, and it shows the girls crying. I watched Romeo and Juliet in high school, and I don't remember shedding a tear. Although we did watch
Did you watch the one that's banned?
love me, say that you love me,
Oh, no, that's not
fool
what
me,
I watched.
fool me.
Don't wanna fool
Yeah,
me.
we watched is it Baz Luhrmann one with like Claire Danes and
yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio? We watched that in my AP English class.
Oh no, my ninth grade English teacher played us that that adaptation from the 70s. That's basically CP now.
Oh,
I got shown that in a California public school.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, now we got the highly stylized one.
I would have preferred that one.
Do you bite your thumb at us?
Is the law on my side if I say I?
No better? I'm fucking up here. But while they're watching the movie, Edward and Bella are yapping in the back of the class. And Edward explains it's really hard to kill a vampire. And I will say the sparkly thing kind of makes sense as a plot point in this movie. Because, you know, if a normal vampire in any other movie wanted to commit suicide, they would just walk
on the sun.
outside. Yeah.
Walk on the sun.
So I guess Stephanie Meyer used that as a plot point. But it still doesn't explain. There's still no explanation for it in world. It's just a plot device. And I refuse to accept that.
They're beautiful.
All right. They're yapping, and the teacher's like, it's that trope. Pay attention. Are you paying attention back there, Mr. Cullen? And he's like, let me go on a monologue from the play. I'll show you. I hate that trope in movies. The student who's not paying attention, but he's like, I'm actually smarter than you. I'm 109.
I would have liked Robert Pattinson to kind of flex his British drama chops and do more than the bored vampire pretending to be a teen
Yeah.
delivery of it. But
You should get an accent going. I was in a Shakespeare play. I was Puck
in Midsummer's Night Dream,
in Midsummer Night's Dream. Oof.
do you even remember? Were you in it?
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but lingered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding than a dream.
We should probably put a counter of how many Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet tangents we go on.
True. Bella and Edward are at the Cullen house for her birthday. There's a really cool shot, I think, of Edward explaining who the Volturi are, how they're like a vampire high council whose main goal is to make sure vampires are in secrecy. And it's a painting of them in Carlisle's study. And then it turns into like a real life image I really like. There are some really cool shots and concepts in this movie.
The difference, the stark contrast between the first movie, which was objectively so bad it's good, versus this one, the transitions, the shots, the cinematography, much better in this one, much less camp, much less it's so bad it's good, but still pretty at times.
Yeah. This is my favorite one. My favorite Twilight movie.
No, definitely not my favorite.
Okay. What's yours?
I think it's a toss-up between Breaking Dawn Part 2 for a very specific reason and the first one for just being so bad.
That's fair. I guess we'll get into the very specific reason when we do
tuned.
part 2. Stay tuned. Come back for more. And the blonde vampire in the portrait, that's Vecna.
I was trying to remember that. I didn't want to IMDb it. I wanted to do better for myself.
Yeah.
But that was Jamie Campbell Power.
Jamie Bauer Campbell. I don't know.
I've had 24, 48 hours to confirm this and haven't bothered. But yeah, Vecna, Henry, 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Vecna from Stranger Things.
That guy also had a very small role in the Harry Potter franchise. Imagine getting small franchise roles in Harry Potter and Twilight.
He's so good as Vecna, though.
Really
That voice is his voice. They just alter it a little bit. But, I mean, it's kind of daddy, honestly. With, like, the tentacles.
I'm judging you for that one.
Moving on. Well, before the paper cut, Edwards tells... this line is so confusing to me. I'm going to pick it apart. He tells Bella that she's the only reason he's alive. First of all, he's not alive. He says this a couple times. And the whole thing is about his soul and how he thinks he doesn't have one and he's damned. But he calls himself alive all the time. maybe that's a bit pedantic, but, and then apart from that, if I was like, you're the only reason I'm alive, you'd be like, yo, girl.
That's manipulative and narcissistic, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, get a hobby.
That's textbook red flag.
Yeah.
You're the only reason I'm living.
That's a crazy thing to say to somebody. And then comes the paper cut. Bella gets a paper cut on a present, and she calls it a paper cut, but it is a gushing flesh wound.
That's a class 3 leak of blood that was.
Yeah.
That paper was like some industrial strength, metal lined. How do you cut that deep?
And then Jasper goes into a feeding frenzy, of course. Oh, wait. Hey, let's do our best Jasper faces again. Okay, now go like you're going to eat Bella.
Which, thinking back about it, what was it about fighting James in the ballet studio that gave Jasper better self-control when Bella's more blood, was present?
They call this a continuity error, and you can submit those to imdb.com. I know because I do it.
Have you? Really?
Yes. So Jasper's in blood frenzy like a shark in the water with Chum, and Bella is, gushing blood, and Edward pushes her out of the way to save her. That's domestic abuse. He could have gently moved her. He threw her. Across the room. It was really bad. That, I think that counts as physical violence.
Actually, again, so the whole question about Jasper and his bleeding feeding frenzy, the paper cut, big paper cut, big blob of blood. Edward throwing her out of the way so Jasper can't kill her over the drop of blood results in her entire arm being cut open. Now she's got an open wound on her upper bicep.
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence continuity.
Shit's crazy. Carlisle takes Bella to his study to fix her up. First of all, I think it's crazy that Carlisle, as a doctor, is just around blood all day and he's like totally chilling. He's got just the most ultimate self-control around blood.
He's the Qui-Gon Jinn of vegan vampires.
So you and me, let's talk. We're going to pretend like he's not here. Bella's in Carlisle's study, and she has her hand on him while he's stitching up her flesh wound, and they're looking deeply into each other's eyes, and he's speaking to her very softly, and he gives her a little chin up, and I swear to God, they have more chemistry in this scene than Bella and Edward have for the entire movie. And he is so daddy in this scene. And oh my God, it gets me every time. And I know some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about, to the point where I truly believe there has to be so many fan fictions written about Bella and Carlisle on Wattpad, but I can't. This is my favorite scene in all the movies.
This one is?
Yeah, it's hot.
Random.
Okay, we can resume now. I've stopped gooning. But they're talking about, Carlisle's talking about how Edward thinks he doesn't have a soul. And I have to say, this is so stupid. I'm sorry. He clearly has a soul. He's very capable of lots of complex feelings and emotions and love.
Again, if you're 100 years old and you can't sleep and all you can do is be awake at all times, you've had more than enough opportunity to ponder the philosophical question of what is a soul.
Yeah.
Quit being so fucking emo. I'm a vampire. I don't have a soul.
I literally can't tell the difference between him and a human when it comes to functioning emotions. They all seem normal. All the vampires do. In fact, they seem more emotional than humans.
Wouldn't you be able to argue that the Cullens very clearly have souls, by their deliberate choice to abstain from feasting or feeding on human blood. They value human life so much that they will put themselves through a lesser state of survival, and only.
And again, obviously there could be a discussion about what it means to lose your humanity, because they're like the good guys and supposed to be a juxtaposition to bad vampires who lose their humanity. But that's like not a concept that's really explored that much.
I mean,
I guess because it's supposed to be a love story.
yeah, it's supposed to be a love story, and this is not what Stephenie Meyer was equipped to write at the time. But I mean, you can insert awful human being who's done awful things, very clearly doesn't have a soul, much more lacking of a soul than the Cullens.
Yeah.
Being vampires.
A serial killer.
Who was your favorite one?
Stop. I don't have a favorite serial killer. I don't do that anymore. Hey, if you watch a lot of true crime out there, I just want to let you know it's not good for you. Stop doing it. It's fucking up your mental health. Okay? Watch our stupid fucking podcast instead. No, don't. This is a different type of awful. I do like how after the whole thing happens, before the study scene with Carlisle, Edward's sitting there staring at Bella, gushing blood on the floor after all the drama. And he's giving her a look
Disdain.
like it's her fault.
Yeah.
You pushed her.
Disgust.
Yeah. A weird, mopey, resentful look.
Carlisle tells him to go check on Jasper. I'm sure he's mad at himself and he'll only listen to you. And Edward's sitting there looking at Bella.
Yeah. Oh, like almost annoyed that he pushed her.
That she let herself get broken.
Yeah. Hate him. I hate him.
Overarching storyline through Edward's character. He's toxic as fuck.
Super toxic. Especially in this movie. He's the worst.
He really is.
He drops her off after the party and he's still being a twat. But they have a deep kiss outside of her truck and he is shivering in his timbers.
A reoccurring theme in this book, in this movie, big time, is horny Bella. Horny Bella blackmailing and or manipulating men because she wants attention and she's horny. And she uses it against Edward.
Well, you don't feel like he looks like he jizzes in his pants in that
yeah.
scene, though.
Yeah.
He was like,
she did it in the first movie. That first time when I want to try something, sit still. And she was like, she was bucking into it. She was raising her hips into it. 100%.
give the girl what she wants. Gosh, just give in, give it to her. God.
That's a youth. No.
Use condoms. After the party, the truck incident where they kiss deeply, it's almost like Edward's trying to say goodbye to her, and they stop showing up to school, and the Bon Iver song comes on where Bella's at school and she's looking at the empty Cullen table. I love that song. You know, when you broke up with me when we first started dating, I listened to that song a lot. It's fine. We've been married for a really long time now, but I'll never let him forget. I had like a breakup soundtrack and that was on it.
And I will never let her forget that I super liked her on Tinder, and the entire reason we're together or know each other is because I deep dove and made that initiation.
A better love story than Twilight. Edward eventually shows up at Bella's house and they wander off into the woods again, and he dumps her in the woods. And he's like, "It's you, bitch. It's not me. It's you. You're not good for me." She was getting the Harry and the Hendersons treatment.
Yeah.
He's like, "Get out of here, you stupid creature. Nobody wants you here."
Yeah. The only thing that I really remember from this scene, besides him like leaning real hard, she's like, "You don't want me?" He said, "No."
No. I mean, and then he just leaves her. He just zooms off. She's being actively hunted by a vampire. He knows this.
Not at this point.
He knows that Victoria is around. Yes, he does.
Is it established in movie that he knows?
Yes.
How and when?
Okay, well, I don't remember exactly, but
Timestamp.
I'm being gaslit now. He knows she's around.
Well, obviously they know that she is still out in the world, but do they know?
I feel like he says something like, "Oh, she's trying to come after me, and I know she'll come after me eventually," or something like that before he disappears. He knows she's out there. He knows she's out there and that she's mad. They were already warned in the first movie. Laurent was like, "Yo, she's crazy," and she's still out there. So why? He's not stupid. He knows that she has to be hunting them, and that she wants to specifically kill Bella. But he just goes like, "Skirp."
I'm not going to go back and rewatch it to verify this. I'm just making a point to argue.
He knows she's out there. He leaves her alone in the woods. She is like a crackhead going through withdrawal. She gets lost in the woods. He doesn't even like help her out. And then she curls up in the leaves on the ground after she stumbles, and honestly, it resonates with me. I just feel like I get it.
Why?
It's a girl thing.
I don't get it.
Just being sad and wanting to curl up in the woods with a pile of leaves. I know some of you out there understand.
Is that the female equivalent of the male wanting to slowly die, bleeding out in the snow after a medieval battle?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair.
Oh, wait. But I do want to say, like, I love you. I couldn't just abandon you. Like, you're going down with the shit, dude.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever leave somebody that I loved. I could never leave you.
Again,
I could never leave you.
Again, pointing to Stephenie Meyer's weird writing a teenage love story as an adult writer, as an adult author, yet was she like deliberately trying to make Edward so toxic, or was she, or again, is this just an insert?
I think that people think that, I think it's people of the time, not people of the time. I think when you're younger, it's probably really appealing for a guy to be like, I just love you so much that I can't be near you. And like yearning, making her yearn. Like it's dark and he's so full of pain. And it's almost like, okay, he's abandoning me. I have to get him back. I need him back. But he's so tortured. He needs to be alone. And it's like an inaccessible man. When you're young, that's hot. It's some people don't grow out of needing that.
Does that strictly in teenage years?
Well, I think some people don't grow out of that, and I think you should go to therapy. I've heard BetterHelp offers discounts. Don't go to BetterHelp. Apparently, that's a bad company or something.
Also, don't rely on ChatGPT for therapy.
She tells me I'm never wrong. Bella is rescued by Sam in jorts. He brings her out of the woods to the whole gang and Charlie looking for Bella. Stella, you sound like you're eating spaghetti with no teeth. Yeah, Sam rescues. I'm starting over again. Sam, one of the Native Americans in the
alpha of the Quileute wolf pack.
Yeah. He rescues Bella from the woods. He brings her out of the woods because the whole gang's been looking for her and Charlie's been looking for her. And he's wearing jorts, which becomes a very big thing in this movie. Some jean shorts.
Of all the things to really die on a hill and stay book accurate to was the running around in cut off denim shorts without shirts through the woods. That one, you could have taken some
unlimited supply of jorts.
You could have taken some creative license and just been like, we're going to do away with that look because it's just...
We get the scene of Bella rotting in her chair to Leaky Lee's Possibilities. I love Leaky Lee. I love that song. Again, I relate to her chair rotting. I like that scene a lot too, with like the different seasons and stuff, and she just looks like she doesn't sleep, and then she's having those insane night terrors, like screaming.
Oh God, that seasons changing sequence with that song playing in the background, such a great sequence. Immediately undone by her like overacted night terrors. I'd slap a kid if they're screaming in the middle of the night over a breakup.
I'd be terrified. I feel bad for Charlie. That's so scary. What do you do? I would be like, you need a vacation to the grippy sock place, you know?
I guess at this point we do have to question Charlie's like, abilities as a father. Like at what point, Charlie, do you recognize that your child needs some like professional help? My 16, 17, 18-year-old daughter is obviously not doing well, 5150, 72-hour hold.
Help her. She needs some milk.
So she needs some...
Call the ambulance.
She needs some Prozac.
Bella also says that the pain reminds her that it was real. Charlie does eventually say, hey, Bella, I'm sending you back to Florida, or I'm sending you to Florida with your mom because something's wrong with you. Bella wants to stay, and she's like, I'm going to go out with my friend Jessica. Were they ever friends?
Before we even talk about that, because obviously they weren't, really want to quick, go back. Bella's mom still in Florida. Is Phil still, doing his minor league ball thing?
Anyway.
I gotta do continuity with the previous one. I'm not going to let this go. Stephanie Meyer, if you're going to do the research on things like Volvos and
okay.
Where does it rain the most, do some continuity.
Yeah, but she didn't even know it doesn't thunderstorm here.
Whatever. Do some better research on baseball.
Anyway.
Systems.
I don't think her and Jessica were ever friends.
They
hate each other.
Jessica was super jealous. Bella was super oblivious. It's generous.
Yeah.
Why didn't she call the other girl?
Oh, the newspaper girl? I don't know. Probably because it was Anna Kendrick, and they were like, well, she's got star power.
Was she in anything else at that point? Did Anna Kendrick have star power at that point?
Maybe. I don't know. But they got to a movie. I enjoy Jessica's rant about zombie movies because I relate to that. Her just being over analytical and dismissive and calling things stupid and overdone. Bella sees the rapers from the previous movie. And she's like, I'm going to go ride their motorbikes. They're catcalling me. Oh, also, these are the guys that wanted to sexually assault me.
It's implied that they're the same guys. Or are they supposed to be exactly the same? Or are they supposed to be of the same type?
You have to let the cat out.
Of the bag.
They might not be the same men from the first movie. Maybe I'm confused. But regardless, they're the classic, like, hey, pretty lady, hubba, hubba, a wooga.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm going to get on the back of that guy's bike. I didn't know this. She's seeing visions of Edward as she's going towards these men, these untrustworthy men, and he's like, stop. Don't do it. Apparently, that's not Edward, because he would have had, like, to learn how to astral project or something, which would be, like, a new vampire skill that and apparently that's just her delusions. That's not actually him.
Did you really not ever pick that up?
I thought he was, like, astral projecting.
No, that was 100% a manifestation of her own psychosis.
Which is even crazier.
How crazy she was.
I did not realize it. I thought that it was supposed to be him.
He didn't unlock a second signet.
We read Fourth Wing. Anyway, the experience on the motorbikes makes Bella want to live life as an adrenaline junkie, and she brings some scrap bikes to Jacob because he's good at fixing engines and stuff. He's like a little mechanic. And we get the, where the hell have you been, Luca? I would like to dissect this line real quick. First of all, the actor who plays Jake,
Taylor Lautner.
he's like white, according to him.
He's not actually a descendant. He's not of native or indigenous descent.
Listen, I'm not trying to cast aspersions on people I don't know. I think he should take a DNA test.
He did. That's how they know.
Oh, he just doesn't look like he's supposed to be.
That was like a thing a couple years ago.
He's supposed to be like Irish and German. He's
Yeah.
very tan. I'm Irish and German.
Isn't he? I think he might be part Dutch as well. There's a
They're very pale people also. He's just a very tan young man.
yeah, but he doesn't have 1/16. I don't think.
True. So he's a white man acting as a Native American. And then I think that the script writers were like, well, he looks kind of brown, so let's make him say a Spanish.
No, it wasn't even that. It was like, what are the youth saying? How would a youth?
No, maybe. I just thought they were like,
fellow youth.
ooh, person of color ish. Where the hell you been, Luca?
Their continuity errors aren't that bad where they're going to temporarily forget. Oh, he's supposed to be Native American. He's supposed to be indigenous. Not, oh, he's supposed to be Latino.
Maybe. Okay. Fair. I think Jacob is a cute, sweet kid. I feel like when you're younger, you think Edward is a hottie, but as an adult, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, Bella, just like date the nice, sweet boy who's wants to spend time with you, who you have more chemistry with, who's sweet to you. They're working on the motorbikes. I hate the montage where it's so stupid. She chucks a piece of pizza at him. Pizza is like the physics of the pizza. Make no sense.
There's a lot during that entire part of the movie where they're working on the bikes together. There's a lot where the screenwriters are like, oh, we need the youth to interact with each other. Let's make them do things that kids do.
Yeah.
And they don't do.
But yeah, I don't know. The chucking of the pizza into a wrench is just such a silly transition. Anyway, I'm going to start throwing pizza. Like every time we get pizza, I'm going to be like,
You better not be
chucking
wasting our pizza.
It's going to be like Walter White chucking pizzas onto the fucking
One
roof.
shot. One shot.
That's true. Did you know in Breaking Bad that pizza was not supposed to end up on the roof? Fun fact. Also, Bella's like pushing the dirt bike tire like it's a giant car tire. You could pick that up.
Kristen Stewart's pretty small.
That's true.
She's pretty small.
That's true. Not me. But basically, Bella's using Jacob to feel better about Edward leaving. And that becomes a thing in this movie. And I don't like it. They finish building the bikes. Bella takes off on it. I mean, my girl takes off on it. Wouldn't it have been great if Bella hit her head on the rock and died?
The end.
The end.
Are you gonna find a point in every movie where Bella's clumsiness could have led to her early and timely death, and it would have just been a ghost story?
Jake runs to help her, and
Wait,
this.
hold on.
What?
The overacting on the bike of Kristen Stewart's the stationary bike, her moving.
Yeah, but she,
Comical.
but then she cracks her head, and Jake runs to help her, and this poor girl has such PTSD from bleeding that she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm bleeding," and Jake takes off his shirt. I feel bad for him. Apparently, the actor was 17. They were like, "We're gonna recast you if you can't get fit," and he was like, "I can put on the muscle," and he basically put his body through a hell at 17 to look like a ripped 20-something-year-old.
I made a point in somewhere in here that I asked myself, did he do that natty or did he? Because
He looks natty to me.
they all look natty.
Well, but he's 17, so I feel like that's like a good point in your life to like just be able to stack muscle super quick. Like you and I couldn't get stacked like that. We'd have to take some testosterone, some tren. I'm gonna start doing that, by the way.
I'm not
And soon I'm going to sound like this.
I'm not sure that a 17-year-old could do the 90-day muscle build that like the MCU guys do.
Nobody put a 17-year-old on fucking steroids.
It's Hollywood. The deliberate way that Taylor Lautner ripped his shirt off when Bella bumped her head, that was YA softcore titillation.
You know what's weird is
No
that
guy rips their shirt off over their head like that.
well, he's so young in the movie, and he's like so sexualized by the movie that like adult women were like going crazy over
They
it.
were.
Yeah,
They were 20-something, 30-something-year-old women who were Team Jacob, or Team Edward, Team Jacob. And yeah, he was. Taylor Lautner was.
he was like a little
Jacob,
kid.
the character of Jacob, is 16 in this book.
Yeah, but I think in the movie he's 17.
No, he's 16. I think they say.
The actor?
No, I think the character.
No, the actor I think was 17.
Yeah. So double whammy.
Uh-huh.
Actor 17, character 16.
Edward 109. Pedophile. Bella is feeling better because she's hanging out with Jacob, and she goes back to her friend table. I love the actor who plays Mike Newton so much. He knows that his character is silly, and he just leans into it. And I do like how he says, "Oh, Bella's back. Was she ever there? Was she ever there? She's not your friend, but she what?
How engaged is she with the group?
They're not cool. She doesn't like them." She invites him out to a movie, and nobody else wants to go. So she also invites Jacob, and it's just Mike, Bella, and Jacob.
No, Mike invites Bella to a movie.
Oh, okay.
And then Bella tries to turn it into a group thing.
Regardless, everybody bails, and it's just Mike, Bella, and Jacob. And Mike's a big puss, and he gets sick at the action movie. And then Jacob's really mad about it. And he gives one of my favorite lines in this movie. He's like, what does he say? You're feeling sick? Maybe you should go to the hospital. Maybe I'll put you in the hospital. He went through puberty in like a second. Maybe I'll put you in the hospital. Yeah, so he hits puberty and is like, I have to go. Just like walks on out of there.
Oh, and that's don't forget that Bella tells Jacob that he's hot. And you get that awkward shot of Mike being like, run in front of me, dude.
Yeah, and she in that whole scene on the stairs before he, gets weird, she's just leading him on.
She tells him verbatim, there's a line in the movie. He's like, I'm not going to stop trying. And she's like, I don't want you to.
Girl, you're toxic. He goes through his weird puberty thing and Bella can't get a hold of him. So she goes to confront him in the rain. He's in jorts now. His jorts are symbolic of a change. Taylor Lautner is standing there with his arms like this, acting like it almost looks like he forgot what to do with his arms in that scene.
There's a very, very quick shot when Bella pulls up in her truck and she sees him walking through the rain that doesn't ever fall that hard, even on the peninsula, by the way. And he's trudging up the hill. And they definitely told him after like 5 takes, all right, Taylor, we need you to walk up the hill, but like more laboriously.
I think I put in my notes lurching.
Yeah, he was lurching. It wasn't like calling it a hill is nice. It was a
lurching.
3-foot incline.
Lurching. And he says, you've been lying to everyone, Charlie. Like, is everyone Charlie or is everyone separate from Charlie? Good screenwriting. Bella goes on a little hike. Laurent appears out of nowhere because people just appear in this movie and he's going to eat her. But all these wolves appear.
He was going to do her a kindness. He said, don't, what did he say? He said, like, don't be scared. Victoria was going to make it long and painful. She's going to be upset at me for killing you, but I'm doing you a kindness. I'm going to make it quick. And then he cocks that right hand back.
Can I? Well, first of all, kind of hot. I was like, oh, okay, kind of hot. But he does that thing where he cocks it back, which is like, here I go. I'm going to kill you now. Ready to die.
And monologuing.
Yeah.
Monologuing and pausing for effect so that he can be stopped by the hero.
Because if the giant wolves come out, they chase him down. They fuck him up. They eat him. They take him down, no problem.
He shoulder checked one of the wolves, right?
Yeah, but he does.
Because they chase him into the woods. Bella doesn't see them capture Laurent because she runs home.
Right. She's like, they're giant wolves.
What is Bella doing to be fit enough to be hiking and running through the woods? She's so fragile.
She is. Weak of body and of constitution. Really? Jacob goes to Bella's house. He does some sick parkour.
Silent parkour.
Sick and silent parkour up into her room. And I'm confused. Maybe you can answer this. Maybe somebody out there can answer this. He keeps saying he can't tell her what he is. And she's kind of dumb and clueless. And she's like, I know that the tribe made a pact with the Cold Ones and is ignoring the wolf descended from wolf part. Can he not tell her because of a curse or something? Not a curse, because of like a tribe thing where...
No, he can't tell her because if the alpha gives a command, then the members of the pack can't disobey it.
It's like a magic binding thing?
Yeah, that's one of the magic rules that isn't explained very well in the movie.
It's not.
It's not. In the books, it's better explained. So if the alpha gives an order, then any other member of the pack can't disobey that order.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I was like, just tell her, bro. Just tell her. So she has a dream and it kind of has a realization of what's going on. And the next day she goes to confront Jacob about it. And she finds him sleeping. She goes outside because Sam and his gang show up. And she's like, you're fucking up Jacob's life. And Paul gets in her face, gives her an attitude, and she hits him. And he turns into a werewolf immediately. Oh, and then Jacob's there, and he wolves out too. And I don't understand, because if this is supposed to be some big, well-kept secret, and one little slap, he turns into a werewolf, they're not doing a good job at hiding themselves. I'm surprised the wolf's out of the bag, as one of them said. I'm surprised the wolf hasn't got out of the bag sooner.
Well, fortunately, they live almost exclusively on the reservation, and they're not interacting with other people very much.
True. Jacob and Paul get into a little brotherly scrap.
They have a Donnybrook?
I don't know what that means. So, continuing on. What the fuck is a Donnybrook?
Google it.
All right, well, thanks. They go to... Well, again, let me just say... When they transform into their wolf forms, their jorts clearly rip. And then they just have jorts on in the next scene. Like, did they go home and get more jorts? Do they stash jorts in the woods? Listen. This bothers me. They should just be running around naked after they transform. And I understand that we're avoiding that because it would be weird to have like a bunch of dudes hanging dong in a romance movie like this,
of characters that are supposed to be teens,
right? But I'm just saying, it's impractical.
You know the part that actually bugs me the most about that style choice, about that costuming choice? The jorts with tennis shoes.
True. They go to Sam's place. And we meet his wife, fiance, Emily, and they're like, don't stare at her face. Sam domestically abused her in wolf form.
Yeah, that's a take on it.
He got angry and was standing too close to her.
He wolfed out the same way Paul wolfed out. I don't think that he directed at her, but she got hurt. It
seems like he got angry at her and he wolfed out and went,
I can't remember if he got mad at her or if he just got mad and she was near, and when he phased, she happened to catch some strays.
What's he getting mad about? The football game? He's like, oh, the Seahawks. No.
I mean, what do you know about life on the res? What do you know about how hard or easy it is? Mighty
domestic
Whitey,
abuse. There's a lot of sexy domestic abuse in this movie. Jesus fucking Christ.
Weren't you just saying how hot it was when Laurent cocked that right hand back?
No, him being like, I'll make it painless.
Every time we see Jacob early on in his wolf journey, he's half naked. Half naked, man tits out. Except after he fights with Paul and he shows up at Sam's house, all of a sudden he's got a t-shirt
He's
on.
got a shirt on.
All of a sudden he's like, oh, you know, I should put
I'm
this
modest.
away.
But they go for a walk, and Bella's like, you're evil, you're wrong. And she does not care as much about Edward being a monster. And he's right. He's like, oh, I'm not the right kind of monster for you. And it's true. Like, shut the fuck up, Bella. So then there's a scene of them. They're hunting Victoria in the woods, the gang, Charlie and the gang. I love that scene behind Harry Clearwater and Victoria's up in the tree. So cool. And Radiohead's playing. But Harry has a weak bitch ass heart. He has a heart attack.
He's a middle-aged Native American man.
He dies. Rest in peace, Harry.
I think that was actor Graham Greene, who did pass away in real life very recently. R.I.P. to a good actor.
Rest in peace, Graham Greene. But at the same time, Bella's like, I'm going to go cliff diving. I think she's trying to kill herself, honestly. She says later she was not, but I don't know. That's weird. She goes cliff diving, and I do think that scene is cool, again, with Victoria swimming in the water, and I like her kind of floating in the abyss. And that song is a good song, too. That's Grizzly Bear playing. We like that. And then she's pulled out of the water. Jacob saves her, and on the ride home, she's leading him on some more. Blah, 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 blah. Onward. Alice appears like a specter in her wine mom linens in the house to be like, yo, Edward thinks you killed yourself. And then she blames it on Jacob. She's like, you and your pack of mutts are why I can't see anything. And it's like, no. The reason why this whole thing is happening is because Edward abandoned Bella. So let's not blame the werewolves.
I actually thought that I know that Stephanie had to create that tension between the Cullens and the wolves, but that is so out of character for Alice when you think about who she is leading up to that point, where I can't sense anything with you mutts involved, you and your mutts.
Yeah, she's honestly low-key racist.
Super racist. From a supernatural being perspective, I mean, and I get that's classic vampire werewolf, lore, but like the character of Alice,
yeah, she's being bigoted. So then Edward calls. I hate this part. Edward calls and asks for Charlie, and Jacob's being a melodramatic little boy, and he's like, he's at a funeral. And then in the more melodramatic way, Edward crushes his phone. He's also in Brazil, and they go to Brazil later too on their honeymoon. Fuck, Stephanie Meyer must have a thing with Brazil. But he crushes his phone, and then Alice is like, he's gonna kill himself. And I'm like, oh my God, things like snap into hyperspeed. And Jake's like, please don't go. And she basically is like, listen, bro, I've been using you this whole time. I don't need you anymore. Goodbye. Oh, fucking awful. I hate it. I hate her. Then they're in Italy. And
really fast. They get there
so quick.
They get there really fast. So they drive from Forks to SeaTac. Like, let's say you catch a ferry or something, maybe cut the drive a little bit. Then all of a sudden they go from SeaTac to Italy nonstop because those flights exist.
Yeah. Of course.
Fast travel.
And then Alice steals a Porsche, and she's in her, like, I'm Italian now get up.
She's got the
scarf. Well, I think,
gloves.
okay, I will say I think she's got all that shit on because she can't be seen in the light. But I feel like she would still be sparkling.
Her face.
But she's dressed like she's a
wine mom
Italian.
on vacation.
Yeah.
What's that movie with
Under the Tuscan Sun?
Is that the one? Is that Diane Lane or
Julia Roberts?
No, not Julia Roberts. I think it is Under the Tuscan Sun.
It's Julia Roberts. Please don't ask why I know that. Edward goes to the council and he's like, you'll kill me, bro. And they're like, nah, bro, your mind reading powers are too strong. And Edward's like, well, I'm gonna get myself killed anyway. And Arlo's like, such a shame. So Bella's running through the streets because she knows for some reason he's going to wait till noon. Oh, how convenient.
Because Alice had the vision.
I know.
It's so convenient, yes. Alice's visions are super, super convenient to the plot that she can just exposit and time things automatically for dramatic purpose. I do want to touch on real quick. You just really blew past it. The Volturi. This is a return to camp that the first movie had.
I was going to get in that in a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun. I'm excited.
Jumping the gun. So, Edward's like slow motion, sexily removing his robe. And Bella's like, Edward, no. Then she embraces him. She saves him so nobody sees his glittery ass. And he's like, Bella, I love you. You're the only reason I'm alive again. Which is like, why did you leave?
I just couldn't live in a world where you don't exist.
But I also left you.
But I'm also not alive. I don't have a soul.
I hate it. And then the Volturi are back. And they're like, yo, you got to come with us. There's a lot of drama going on. And Alice is like, I'm here too. Let's go to the Volturi. And then that's where we get the camp. Oh, also, I fucking hate Jane Dakota Fanning. Smug.
You hate the character or you hate the actress?
No, the character. It's giving that trope of like precocious younger sibling.
She's supposed to be. Jane is supposed to be. Jane is, as a character, Jane is, she was turned, I think, as like a young teenager. She has like an almost childlike kind of appearance. She looks very small, very young, but her power, her ability to like force people to feel whatever, she's extremely dangerous. So yeah, she's
smug.
Precocious, smug.
I hate precocious younger siblings. I'm sorry, Erica and Stranger Things. I know I make Stranger Thing references a lot, but like, shut up. They're so fucking annoying. So she's smug. They go into the thing and Aro, am I saying that right?
Michael Sheen,
amazing. He is camp. His laughing, he commits.
Because he had that underworld background to him. He knows about making a cheesy vampire movie. He's gonna bring it.
Yeah, I love him. I like honestly, the Volturi High Council is like, it's fun.
I forget what's the bored one's name?
I don't know.
Vecna is Caius. Michael Sheen is Aro.
You're asking me information I have no access to.
But there's the bored one.
Yeah. But
Sleepy Lurch.
It turns out that they find out that Bella is immune to
any of their powers.
And because they were going to kill her. And then they're like, oh, well, interesting. And then Edward gets into a fight with them because they're going to kill her. And she's, whatever. I don't care. Big fight scene. Edward's a weak-ass bitch. But then Alice is like, no, we're going to turn her. I'll do it myself. Aro says something like, with your talents of being immune to our powers, you'll make an interesting vampire. Let me ask you something. Does every person have something about them that would give them interesting powers as a vampire, as a human?
I'm really glad you're asking this question right now because it was at this scene that I first asked myself, like, what the fuck were you doing, Stephanie Myers?
Meyer,
whatever. It's wrong. Are we doing magic world building? Are we doing some weird science world building? Because Carlisle talks a lot about the science of the vampires and like the venom and the way their bodies work and don't work in a real science-based approach. But then we never actually address, like, are they magical? Are they truly supernatural? Some of them have telepathy, precognition, all these other stupid, crazy skills.
Doesn't one of them make lightning, though? Like, could I be a vampire? Like, if I'm, like, a sassy, fiery bitch in real life, and then I get turned into a vampire, could I, like, make fire?
So, Bella, spoiler alert, Bella is a shield. That's why she's immune to everyone. And
I can't believe you're spoilering this.
Put a big, flashy thing on it. Yeah, she's a shield. Jane is a special type of telepath. She can project like pain or feeling onto people. Her brother, I'm forgetting his name. He's that brunette dude. He can like create smoke clouds or shadows.
Yeah, so you can can do like
Zayden.
physical. Oh, there is a earthbender.
Yeah, actually, Jane's brother, Dakota Fanning's character's brother, is like Zayden. He can like project shadows and stuff.
So the mechanics of it is interesting, I guess. But they let her live. And she shows Aro a montage of her and Edward running in slow motion like they're
No.
the fucking 1920s or some shit.
Alice's vision that she shares with Aro was very specifically fucking glitter cottage core jog through the woods.
So cheesy.
Randomly, she's in like a linen sundress,
Yeah.
and Edward's in like linen pants and a waistcoat,
It's not hot.
and all she has is like some different eyeshadow makeup and some contour, and all of a sudden, and she's got the yellow contacts, and she's the glamorous vampire.
Honestly, that reminds me a lot of our like first couple dates. You know, we were just jogging through the woods. We weren't. They leave. The Volturi in Italy have a little receptionist who brings in a group of familiar. She brings in a group of American tourists to them. Now, this is supposed to be a vampire high council who wants to make sure everybody operates under the radar in secrecy, and they mass murder like a group of American tourists,
30 to 50.
children.
The camera specifically turns around and shows Bella looking over her shoulder at two children.
Women, children.
Accompanying. It's the two children that really gets me. Like, it's the two children that really gets me. They could have been excluded from that shot. You know, just them murdering 30 people is bad. You know, you can definitely show that the Volturi are not as high and mighty as they say, but it's the shot of the children walking with their parents followed by the blood-curdling screams to imply that they're evil.
Yeah, I just don't think that killing that many people, Americans who've gone on vacation in one place, would go unnoticed. But Bella's back, and she wants to get turned, and they do a vote, and they all vote to turn Bella. Well, a couple of them don't. I think just Rosalie, but everybody else is like, vampire.
Yeah, Emmett says, "You're already my sister. You know what I think." Jasper's like, "It'd be nice to not want to eat you all the time," something like that. Rosalie says that she wouldn't have chosen that life for herself. Mm-hmm. If so many vampires hate their lives,
They do.
so many of them are so broody emo. We hate our lives. This isn't a lifestyle I would have chosen. Then off yourself. Go do what Edward wanted to do. Go seppuku yourself. Go do something in a way. Like, you can find a way to kill yourself. Stop being so emotional.
To be a fucking vampire. I would love it. Oh, also, I feel bad for Charlie. I don't know. I put a note in there. He seems like a broken father.
He deserves so much better than Bella. He does. He makes a comment about, 3 days, you're gone. It's the second time in 2 years that Bella has disappeared without really telling Charlie anything. He deserves so much better.
Yeah, but they're driving, and then Jacob appears out of the woods again, pops up in the middle of the road. Him and Edward kind of have a tiff, and Jacob is being possessive and weird and creepy because Bella, obviously, she's like, no, I choose Edward, but I love you. Don't go anywhere. And he's a hormonal teenager, and he's going through a weird wolf puberty thing. I know that, his behavior is not very nice in this scene, but compared to what Edward has done, I feel like it's minuscule.
Yeah.
Whatever. She's like, thanks for the comfort, bro, but don't need you anymore. Edward's back. And then Edward's like, I'll turn you, but you have to marry me. Lame.
No. Hold on. Read the line and then give me the mic.
I don't have a line.
No. Read the line that Edward gives, his condition, and then give me the mic. Because it's awful what they did in the movie.
I don't know what.
He says, like...
Are we starting over again?
Yeah, we're starting over again.
Okay, delete the part where I started saying, and then Edward proposes to Bella, or Edward's condition. What do you want me to say?
Edward, just explain that he's finally agrees to turn her on one condition. If you marry me, and then hand me the mic.
Okay. Edward finally agrees to turn Bella, but the one condition is that they get married.
She does. She does this dramatic gasp, inhale, cliffhanger. Bella's within that scene. She's talking about wanting to be with him forever. But then he goes all old-timey, old-fashioned. You have to marry me.
So it's super lame, and that's the end of the movie. Yay. Well, this has been a fun journey. We will be doing Eclipse
Eclipse is
next. I hate Eclipse.
Yeah, I
don't like it.
I don't care much. I don't remember much about it.
It's because it's like a weird standalone movie almost, but we'll be doing that next. I was also thinking, like, besides the Twilight, we might do some, like, Am I the Asshole on Reddit read. So we've got some things planned for this podcast.
What we should do, in keeping with what we're doing right now, after we retrospect this, we should force ourselves to retrospect the Twilight fanfic.
I was thinking 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
that's what we're talking about.
Yes,
The movie, yes. No, I have that on my video ideas list. Just the first one. I can't do all three of those movies, but yes. So that'll wrap up this podcast. And thank you for the two of you who watched till the end. We appreciate you. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.